Hello, welcome to Celtic Crossroads from KILT Studios. I'm your presenter, Kenton Adler, Director of Advancement for Scottish Heritage at Lyon College in Batesville, Arkansas. Join me now as we explore an hour of music and story from all corners of the Celtic world. Our show is made possible in part by the Campbell Collection, a generous gift from the estate of the Duke of Earl, the late Robert Louis Campbell of Earl, Arkansas. The collection consists of music and literature now housed in the archives of the Lyon College Mabie Simpson Library, and by the Lyon College Scottish Heritage Program.
The shepherd's wife cries o'er the now, will ye come hame, will ye come hame? The shepherd's wife cries o'er the now, will ye come hame again, Joe?
What will ye give me to my supper, gin I come hame, gin I come hame? What will ye give me to my supper, gin I come hame again, Joe?
Ye'll get a pan for plump and porridge, butter in them and butter in them. Oh, you'll get a pan for plump and porridge, gin you'll come hame again, Joe.
Ha, ha, how, that's nothing that down. When I come hame, can I come hame? Ha, ha, how, that's nothing that down. When I come hame again, Joe. What will ye give me to my supper, gin I come hame, gin I come hame? Oh, what will ye give me to my supper, gin I come hame again, Joe?
A deacon for 10, we'll fry it in the pan, gin you'll come hame, gin you'll come hame. A deacon for 10, we'll fry it in the pan, gin you'll come hame again, Joe.
Ha, ha, how, that's nothing that down. When I come hame, can I come hame? Ha, ha, how, that's nothing that down. When I come hame again, Joe.
Shepherd's wife cries o'er the now, will ye come hame again, Joe?
Oh, what will ye give me to my supper, gin I come hame, gin I come hame? Oh, what will ye give me to my supper, gin I come hame again, Joe?
A loving wife and lily white linens, gin you'll come hame, gin you'll come hame. A loving wife and lily white linens, gin you'll come hame again, Joe. Ha, ha, how, that's something that down.
I will come hame, I will come hame.
Ha, ha, how, that's something that down. He will come hame again, Joe.
Brwdeiliwr fryn o honam ni'n hunain, llion pen cerdd y gerdd gael, sofraniaeth llen eleni fardd yr haf, rhodder hyn. O galon byr, gweledydd ymysg gwladwyr, roedd y gamp i'w gerddi gynt, a'i modd yn batrwm iddynt, gwefr oedd i'w gyfarwyddyd, athro hoff, piw ddiaeth yr hyd. Codau ysgadwau gedyn ystyr ein chwerder chwyrn, a chenedl yw dychanu o wneud cam ag enaid cyd. Gydol dwy Armageddon, tristau gyda llanciau llon, gwabyr hwyg o'i bwrwy hedd, y fynwent ei cafanedd ymhell, a'i hanwyliaid mwy yn fyd wrth o'r afadwy. Ofnau hwn efyn henoed yn waelwr yn ganol oed, a'r angain dwysau pob sôn, efau wyllt i gyfeillion, pan syrthu ein brair gaeaf i raglais yn hwyr a'r haf. Cerddau gergaeth oedd unwedd a'i ddewiniaeth, na barfydd roi sgelfydd gan o'r addiwch, na cherdd fychan, bardd i fairdd uwch a bairdd fi, rhodd fawr i fairdd y fori.
That was Brian Turfel from Songs of My Welsh Home with Sywyd Con Luithiant. You're listening to Celtic Crossroads. I'm Kenton Adler. Before we heard Brian Turfel, we listened to Kalashag Making for the Shore with the Spanish Cloak and the Shepherd's Wife. Before that, we heard from the Cut and Dry Band, and that is on the album called Northumbrian Small Pipes. And we heard John Finnick's The Flower Among Them. And we started off the program today with a band called Died, and they did a tune called Trip to Glenfinnan from their album Crossing Point. And now we're going to hear from Roger Landis. The album is called Dragon Reels, and we'll hear Farrell O'Gara, Castle Kelly, and Paddy's Trip to Scotland.
beautiful and gay. She was determined to stay a lady. No man on earth could her betray, unless it was a man of honor, a man of honor and high degree. And their approach to loving soldiers, this fair lady bore to see. One being a brave lieutenant, in a man of war. The other being a bold sea captain, a captain of a ship that had come from afar. And then up spoke that brave young lady, saying, I can be but one man's bride. If you come back tomorrow morning, on this case we will decide. She ordered her a span of horses at her command. And down the road, these three together, they rode till they come to the lion's den. And there they stopped, and there they halted, those two soldiers together around. And for the space of half an hour, that young lady lay speechless on the ground. And when she did recover, she threw her fan in the lion's den, saying, which of you to gain the lady will return my fan again. And then up spoke that brave lieutenant. Here is his voice, both loud and clear. He said, I know I am a dear lover of women. I will not risk my life for love. And then up spoke that bold sea captain. He raised his voice, both loud and high. He said, I know I am a dear lover of women. I will return your ban or die. In the lion's den, he boldly answered, the lions being both wild and fierce. He walked unharmed, and in among them he did return her fan again. And when she saw her lover coming, seeing the harm to him was done, she laid her head down upon his bosom, saying, he is surprised that you have won.
Watch the field behind the plow, turn to straight dark rows, feel the trickle in your clothes, blow the dust cake from your nose, hear the tractor's steady roar. Oh, you can't stop now, there's a quarter section more or less to go. And it figures that the rain keeps its own sweet time. You can watch it come for miles, but you guess you've got a while, so ease the throttle out a hair. Every rod's a gain, and there's victory in every quarter mile. Poor old Goosey down the road, the hardy Kale and hoppers brought him down. He gave it up and went to town. And Emmett Pierce the other day took a heart attack and died at 42. You could see it coming on, 'cause he worked as hard as you. In an hour, maybe more, you'll be wet clear through. The air is cooler now. Pull your hat brim further down and watch the field behind the plow turn to straight dark rows. Put another season's promise in the ground. And if the harvest's any good, the money just might cover all the loans. You've mortgaged all you own. Buy the kids a winter coat. Take the wife back east for Christmas if you can. All summer she hangs on when you're so tied to the land. For the good times come and go, but at least there's rain, so this won't be barren ground when September rolls around. So watch the field behind the plow turn to straight dark rows. Put another season's promise in the ground. Try that now. Watch the field behind the plow turn to straight dark rows. Put another season's promise in the ground.
That was Stan Rogers from Home in Halifax with The Field Behind the Plow. Just before that was the Pentangle from Solomon Seal with Lady of Carlisle, and we started out this portion of the program with Roger Landis from Dragon Reels. You're listening to Celtic Crossroads. I'm Kent Nadler. We come to you every week from the campus of Lyon College in Batesville, Arkansas, courtesy of Kilt Studios. Daffodils. In this time of daffodils, those fallen stars in emerald fields who for a while outshine the sun, sentinels of spring when scarlet angels sing and ruddy rivers run. They rustle in the wind, that stings the heart and frees itself. As glory fades, root and bulb remain. Unbound beneath unyielding ground, growing, spreading, whole and sound, X's mark the spot of new direction, biding winter's cold and deep, awaiting resurrection.
One morning, May, when the fields were gay, serene and pleasant was the weather, I spied a lass and a very bonny lass. She was sipping a dew from among the heather down the moor, in among the heather o'er the moor, and was she? She was comely dressed, and on her head neither hat nor feather. She'd a plaid hung neatly around her waist as she tripped through the bloomin' heather down the moor. In among the heather, o'er the moor and through the heather. She'd a plaid hung neatly around her waist as she tripped through the bloomin' heather down the moor. I stepped up to this fair maid, tell me your name, come tell me Heather. She answered me by the bonny burnside, I am herding all my ewes together down the moor. In among the heather, o'er the moor and through the heather. She answered me by the bonny burnside, I am herding all my ewes together down the moor. Her that livelong day, and my heart was as light as any feather, until the beams of the red setting sun come a-shining down in among the heather down the moor. In among the heather, o'er the moor and through the heather, until the beams of the red setting sun come a-shining down in among the heather down the moor. She said, young man, I must away, my ewes are straying from each other. But I'm as loath for to part with you as the bonny wee lambs do part their mother down the moor. In among the heather, o'er the moor and through the heather. But I'm as loath for to part with you as the bonny wee lambs do part their mother down the moor. So up she got and away she went, and her name and her place I cannot gather. But if I was a king I would make her a queen, the bonny lass that I met in among the heather down the moor. In among the heather, o'er the moor and through the heather. But if I was a king I would make her a queen, the bonny lass that I met in among the heather down the moor.
Church bell rings and old church sings. A young girl hawks her wedding rings down Rain Street. Down the alley, the house swagger through. Picked up a step down, was turning blue. The local kids were sniffing glue. There ain't much else for kids to do down Rain Street. Father agree, buys a nice cold beer, I shuffle farewell. Father John's got a crab again, and he's drinking Coca-Cola down Rain Street. Bless me, Father, I sin. I got pest and I got pen, and God can't help the state I'm in down Rain Street. There's a Tesco on a sacred ground where I bought a niggers down while Judas took his measly price. I said happy days and all the Christ down Rain Street. tried to take a late night piss, but I told it mood, so again I missed down Main Street. I sat on the floor and watched TV, thanking Christ for the BBC. A stupid fucking place to be down Main Street. I took my father, walked with me and took a man. I dreamt we were walking on a strand down Main Street.
That was the Clan Gregor Society Pipe Band from the World Pipe Band Championships of 2004, and that was their March Strathspey reel set that consisted of the Highland Wedding, Susan MacLeod, and Mrs. McPherson of Inverin. Just before that, we heard from the Pogues from the album Hell's Ditch with Rain Street, and we started off this portion of the program with Gatehouse from their album Heather Down the Moor with the title track. This next tune is Heart of America from Across the Great Divide by Donnie Monroe.
Amongst her fears in the heart of America, to end the veil of tears in the heart of America, forgiving those who ever brought her down. Out in the line, empty faces, heavy loads, station wagons, dusty roads as we move on, right out onto the prairie. They planted fields of hope in the heart of America. The seeds they've sown will grow in the heart of America. The dust bowl that we know in the heart of America.
Okay, here we go.
You've been listening to Celtic Crossroads. I'm Kenton Adler. We just heard Natalie McMaster from the album In My Hands with Moxham Castle. Just before that was Patrick Ball from the music of Turlough O'Carolan with Lady Athenry and Fanny Poer. And we started off this portion of the program with Donnie Monroe from Across the Great Divide in Heart of America. We hope you've enjoyed the show, and I hope I see you back here again next time at the Crossroads.